Hi, I'm Sam, and today we're going to be talking about dodging distractions and finding focus. This video has been brought to you by Freedom and Train of Thought. Go to freedom.to or simply Google Freedom to find out more. And make sure to hit that subscribe button too. The world has become a really distracting place. There are constant demands on our attention all of the time. We have emails, messages, social media notifications just constantly coming from several directions, from our laptops, from our phones, even from our watches. I get really distracted. I get very distracted by a lot of different things, and I'll kind of wander around constantly looking for new things to stimulate me when I'm in that mood. So actually finding focus and finding a way to dodge those distractions is a journey I've really been on, and I've learned some things that have made it much more possible. Because the thing is, being distracted does not make you better at your job. It also doesn't make you happier. In our jobs, it means that we can't do the important work. We're too busy flitting between different things that aren't really that valuable. In our personal lives, it's unfulfilling because it's so tiring. We need to look at the way we work and find different ways of working that allow us that depth, that allow us to find focus and use our attention spans to really solve the difficult problems that face us. These tips are ways for you to start finding more focus in your working life and in your home life too. Number 1, understand deep work. Deep work is a term that was coined by a guy called Cal Newport, and I found it really useful when I was looking at better ways of working. He calls it deep work. He calls it sustained periods of focus on cognitively demanding tasks. It's difficult stuff that we need to really think about to solve. And that contrasts with shallow work. Shallow work's easily replicated work that we don't really have to think about much. It usually doesn't take very long. So deep work would be something like really working on a report or a business plan, or something that required a great deal of depth and thought about the implications in years to come. Shallow work would be just clearing your email inbox or just responding to messages. There may be something of value in there, but it's unlikely to have long-term large effects on your business. That's not to say that replying to emails isn't important, it's just there's a limit to how important most emails we send are. By dividing it into these two groups, we can see that we have options. Instead of work being all the same, we can see that we can class work as either deep work or shallow work, and that means we can make changes. Learning these terms was the first step I made to understanding how I could change my working world. I knew I wanted less distraction, I knew I wanted greater focus, but I didn't know what to do. By understanding the concepts of deep work and shallow work, I could see how I could upweight the deep work and decrease the shallow work to mean I was spending more time on what really mattered to me. Number 2, focus on the work that matters. Most of us spend an enormous amount of our time answering emails or responding to messages, but I can guarantee you that that's not where you generate value. That's not the thing that makes you really valuable to your jobs. In the knowledge economy, where we use our brains to create work and do things, we're not necessarily, lifting up massive steel girders. We're doing thinking work. There's 3 things that makes you valuable. It's your creativity and problem solving, your emotional intelligence, your ability to work with others, and the fact that you can learn new things quite quickly and regularly. Yet so many of us spend almost all our time on the work that actually doesn't matter that much. Replying to emails and sending messages might be part of your job, but I'm fairly sure it's not the most valuable thing you can do to your organisation. So instead, focus on what is valuable. If you're doing a task and it's creative, how can you focus your work in a way that makes you more creative? If you need to be strategic, how can you focus your working environment in a way that helps you focus and think deeply? Because we have all these tools that are really distracting, it's really easy to think they need to be around us all the time, but that's not really true. And because we need to answer emails, we feel that we need to be on our inbox all the time, and that's not really true either. Work out how you generate value. What is it that you're really adding to your company? What is it you're adding as part of your job? Literally, what are you paid there to do? And spend more time doing that and less time just responding to stuff. And number 3, temper your temptations. So we've already talked about how important it is to find focus and how an emphasis on what matters can really help you. But there's also the fact that these tools are really distracting, that they are really tempting, that they're highly addictive. Now remember that a lot of these companies make their money off you being distracted. Instagram's interest is in you continuing to be on Instagram for a long period of time. They want you to be addicted to it. So in that, we know that we need to work extra hard to make sure we're not. Because I get so distracted, I use my devices in a certain way. When I'm done with my laptop, I will put it literally away in a drawer. When I'm done with my phone, I will literally put it in my desk drawer. This means that when I walk into a room, I don't immediately see them, which I know is one of the things that really makes me pick them up and start using them. There could be other things too. If you wake up first thing in the morning and you go on your phone straight away, then maybe you could leave your phone outside the room or across the room where it isn't so easy to reach. Or you can use an app like Freedom. It's an amazing way of actually nullifying those distractions altogether. You put it on for a set amount of time, say 30 or 60 minutes, and it literally blocks all the distractions. They're gone. You're free to do your work because they're not there pulling at your attention. Looking very closely at your habits, understanding what causes you to be distracting, and taking steps to mitigate that distraction is an enormous part of actually finding greater focus. You can find a way to free yourself from these pulls on your attention by taking some certain steps and building up some really positive habits. Thanks so much for watching. I really wish you the best in finding that focus. There really is a happier, more fulfilling career and life out there if we can find more depth in our life and stop having our attention pulled in 1,000 different directions. I really believe you can do it. It's just about taking a close look at what's going on and building some new and better habits. You can try Freedom for free at freedom.to. I'd really recommend it. I wrote this YouTube script using it. If you want to find out more about productivity, better work habits, or dodging distraction, head to the Freedom blog. A link will be in the description. If you want to know more about Train of Thought, head to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button too. It's all about working fearlessly. Until we meet again, please do take care.